You're graduating.
Yeah, I picked up Katie Moore from Windsor, little libero up there. Really good player. Really excited about her and have an opportunity with her. Her coach up there, Stephanie Duker, played for me when I was at Missouri Baptist University. So good coach, great young lady, player-wise, and she's going to come in and help us out quite a bit. Cheyenne from Meadow Heights, a middle from down there. She's coming in to play for us, so another pretty local kid. And I got a kid from Montgomery City High School, Olivia. She's going to be a right side for me, strong jump, good strong kid. Those four are signed and ready to go. I've got a couple international Brazilians that are committed now, so I've got to get them taken care of. But I've got one or two more players to pick up. Probably another setter just to have two instead of one. But still busy hitting the road and emailing and looking at videos, and so I'm trying to get scheduling done for next year already for season and then spring season going on. And our sophomores here, a couple of them's already signed and committed. Mariana's going to Columbia University.
Wow, that's awesome.
Who else is going? Alandri Below's going to SEMO.
Saw her working here on Monday when I was here for the men's game. She set up the stuff and was working with
Victoria, I think.
Yep.
Victoria's looking at a couple schools. One's CMU, another D2 in Florida, and then a D1 in Illinois. So they're all about to take and try to get it all figured out here in the next 3 or 4 weeks, hopefully, and get them all set up.
Well, that's awesome. Not just that the team made that run to the national tournament, but now that you have a handful of players, not just one or two, that are going to the next level. What's that mean for you as a coach?
Well, it's 19 years that I've been at MAC, and each year if someone wants to go somewhere else after me and play on, my job, I feel like, is to get them there. Hopefully to help them as they're here develop and get better and get looked at, but also, make sure I have a place for them to go. Sometimes it's full ride, sometimes it's partial, but somewhere they can go and finish their education with some kind of scholarship and play volleyball to help them get there. So, every year it's my job, and I feel like that I try to do a good job at it to make sure that I find a place for these girls to go. And, that's something that makes me feel good. I feel like I've done my job and made sure I committed to them just like they committed to me. So, it's very fulfilling to make sure that we do well while we're here and the girls get experience, but also make sure they go somewhere else afterwards.
What do you hope they take away from the Mineral Area College program when they move on?
Well, each year I try to make the young ladies better on and off the court. Part of my thing for 19 years has been to make sure that when they leave me, they're better young ladies as players, but also as young adults. And hopefully, sometimes you have hiccups and sometimes you have little, issues here and there, and you hope they learn from it. My job, I guess, is kind of to make sure that I'm a good educator, but also a good listener and help them to make good decisions. We all make decisions that are sometimes not the best, and every action has consequences, good and bad, and I tell them that. It's like sometimes you have a consequence and you got to have consequences for it, and things you did. So, I hope they look back and realize that, not just the winning part, but the community is very supportive. The administrators here and the school, academic-wise, is very supportive of the program and helps out with players. And, I appreciate all that they do for us. And, community-wise, every time we need something, whether it be, when we went to nationals, we had people, help us with sweatshirts and stuff and donating for that. And just a good area. I wouldn't be here 19 years if it wasn't, good for me, too, and a good place for me. And all three of my kids went to MAC, so it's a good place, and I hope they look back and realize that, hey, this is a really good starting spot, a really good spot for them to start, and had a good time while they're here, made some memories.
And now that you're already getting ready for the next season, have you seen that growth from the freshmen last year throughout the year and into this off season now as they work towards next season?
Yeah, through the season we, some of the freshmen did and didn't play, and some played every game, some played partial, but I think that they saw the team, how we developed, as a good family, as a team, and at the end made it to the national tournament, which is what we would have liked to have done very day one, but you never know. But I think they also seen the growth, and they also saw the maturity of the team as a group, and understand how to win. You got to work together. You got to. There's going to be some problems and hiccups and up and down, but you got to be a family, and you got to get together and support each other. So I think they all understand the next level, and if they're freshmen, the sophomores are going to be leaders and that kind of thing. And I think they all want to have an opportunity to try to go back again. So, hopefully they can become leaders and sophomores from the freshman end of it and help the freshmen coming in make good decisions.
Well, you can't get back to the national tournament if you don't start the season. So, do we have a date yet of when the season's starting?
Well, we actually start August 1, for practice.
Yes.
I haven't got all the season. I'm still trying to figure out. We may try to make a trip out of state this year for a tournament the last weekend of August. So I would say the last weekend of August probably our first tournament to play. I haven't got the schedule that far ahead yet. Really haven't got single games other than conference and regionals, that kind of thing, because that's already done. But I'm trying to make sure I get my tournament set and then see, fill in the gaps. So we haven't officially got the season first date started, but it'll probably be the third or fourth weekend of August.
Well, Coach, it's always nice to see you, nice to talk to you. I look forward to next season. I can't wait. It'll be fun once the season starts up. Looking for another deep run, I'm sure.
Well, I appreciate your support and the stuff we've had on the radio and opportunities you've given me and always supporting us, and even the good and bad, So I really appreciate that, and appreciate the community always coming out and supporting us, and look forward to it again this year.
Well, Coach, I'm sure we'll see you around the Bob the rest of this basketball season, and we'll talk to you in August.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
That is Tim Copeland, head coach of the MAC volleyball team. They made a run at the national tournament, looking to get back there next season. They'll start working out in August as he finishes the roster building for the team come next year. We'll take a break, come back with more as we work our way towards the men's game. State Fair and MAC coming up in just a little bit. It's time for the nightcap. The Mineral Area Cardinals on the men's side going up against the State Fair Roadrunners. On the men's side, it's the number 4 ranked MAC Cardinals at 17-0 and 2-0 in region play against the 6-11 Roadrunners, who are 0-1 in the conference. And we meet tonight's starting lineups. Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, and Taylor LeBrier back at the studio. And for the State Fair Roadrunners, it's a 5'10 freshman, Alex Gunnels from Kansas City, Missouri. 5'10 sophomore from Beckley, West Virginia, Elijah Edwards. A 6'8 freshman, Thomas Dew from St. Cloud, Minnesota. And a 6'5 sophomore, Cliff Barrow from Detroit, Michigan. And from Paragould, Arkansas, the 6'7 freshman, Isaiah Jackson. For the Mineral Area Cardinals, their head coach is Greg Heyer in his first season. They go with the 5'10 sophomore from Oak Lawn, Illinois, Marcus Watson Jr. 6'7 sophomore, Amarian Dickerson. 6'5 sophomore, Josh Mio. And a 6'2 sophomore, Doriante Tucker. And a 6'9 freshman, Charles Outlaw. The Cardinals in the home white uniforms. Wording on the front, Cardinals straight across in block red, trimmed in black. Numbers on the front and back match that. And for State Fair in the powder blue uniform, State Fair on the front, navy blue, no trim, it's in cursive. Numbers on the front and black. Block numbers, navy blue, no trim as well. With a navy blue stripe around the collar and blazoned in white. MAC with the red striping on the collar and on the sleeves with a double white stripe on the bottom of the pants, that is, with the Cardinal logo on either side. Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, Taylor LeBrier, and we're ready to tip things off here at the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse. In the circle for State Fair, it is the 5'10 sophomore Elijah Edwards, and for MAC, I believe it'll be Charles Outlaw, the 6'9 freshman. As we await the signal here, tipping off about 26 minutes past scheduled start time. Ready to go. 20 minutes on the board in the first half. All right. There's the whistle from the official. In the circle, he tosses it, and the tip won back by the State Fair Roadrunners, and it's Alex Gunnels. Left to right on your listening device, the Roadrunners come across the timeline. Marcus Watson leading the team in steals per game. He takes one away there, floated off glass and good, and a foul. Big start.
That's an ideal start.
Absolutely it is. A big crowd here at the Bob Sechrist Fieldhouse. The foul is on State Fair. It'll go against Alex Gunnels, his first. And Marcus Watson with the and one. He averages 12.9 points per game. That leads the team. He also leads them in 3.4 steals per game.
Yeah, you mentioned the crowd. This is amazing. Makes you wonder what homecoming is going to look like next Saturday.
Yes, the and one good for Watson Jr. Next Saturday homecoming?
I believe so. Versus Three Rivers, 27th. Is that right?
That is correct. That is going to be a crazy game. At least I expect it to be a crazy atmosphere. Last year's homecoming was pretty crowded. And with it being Three Rivers, State Fair with their second possession of the game. And Thomas Dew will lay it in. MAC leads by a point, 3-2, 19:28 to go. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to that one. And on January 31st, the home game against Moberly. Marcus Watson out of the backcourt on the far side. He'll get it to Josh Mio. Mio between the circles for Amarian Dickerson. Out of the near wing, D.T. Tucker up top for Watson. Watson through a screen set by Outlaw to D.T. Tucker. Near side three. Ooh, too strong. Rebound collected by Elijah Edwards. And out of the backcourt at State Fair on the near side, Gunnels at the wing. Bounce it, head of the arc for Edwards. Edwards looking inside. Edwards cuts back to the near side. Now he'll back off the arc. Marcus Watson stays with him. Bounce it up top. Try to get it to Jackson. Second steal of the game for Marcus Watson. He's on perimeter on the far side. Watson cuts back. Josh Mio, corner three with a man in his face. That one short. Outlaw with the offensive rebound. Players fight for it. We go held ball. Oh, no. Did we get a foul? And the foul going on State Fair. Cliff Barrow. His first and the team's second.
That's how you rebound a basketball. You elevate and you go up with two hands.
18:40 to go in the first. 3-2 MAC. Marcus Watson to inbound. The Cardinals leading the nation in defense, allowing just 57.9 points against per game while allowing 83.8. Outlaw, head of the arc. If you just heard that scream, it's Greg Heyer standing directly in front of us. Watson between the leg dribble, got it to the near side for Dickerson, into the corner for Josh Mio, back to Dickerson, 8 on the shot clock. Dickerson takes it to the foul line, can't hit that one, and skying for the rebound, Edwards again, and he has 2 or maybe 3 of those already.
Yeah.
Edwards to the far side for Cliff Barrow. Between the circles now for Jackson. Jackson got it to Dew. Now to the far side for Edwards. To Dew, far side. Wing three. That was blocked by Dickerson. Rebound for Watson. Looking up floor out of the backcourt. Watson to the near side as he gets it to Mio. Mio in the near wing. No look feed to the far wing. Dickerson catch and shoot three. Just a little bit too strong. And the rebound for Edwards. And State Fair going to work out of the backcourt with the chance to take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, all these misses are just funneling to Edwards, and he's what, 5'9", 5'10", and he's leading all teams in rebounding to start.
Here's a three that goes for Cliff Barrow with Josh Mio in his face, and State Fair's got the lead 5-3. I guess if you get to the dirty areas, it'll pay off.
Sure.
17:25 to go in the first. This is Watson on the far side to D.T. Tucker. Now to the near side, Dickerson. D.T. Tucker swinging it on perimeter, rather. Josh Mio, a couple of crossover dribbles through a screen. 15-footer, got it, Josh Mio. And Mack ties him 5-5 at the Bob. 3 minutes into this men's contest. New national poll released yesterday has Mack at 4th in the nation. They go up 3 spots. Down low, we're going to get a foul called against Josh Mio. That'll be his first and the team's first. Greg Heyer doesn't like the call, nor does Josh Mio. One of the officials on the floor here tonight was the official at Moberly. Not the official, but one of the officials, and that'll be a foul. It's going against Thomas Dew, his first and the team's third. Now the official on the near side screaming at Greg Heyer. He won't like that.
Yeah, it was an intense conversation.
Yeah, it was.
A lot different than the officials we had
I was
last
about to
game.
say,
At least he was confident in his call and very
Yes.
deliberate in his explanation.
Look, if you're going to call it wrong but be that confident, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Watson the other way to the cup. Blocking foul called. Shot wouldn't go. Watson will shoot 2 at the line to our left. Rather have that than an official that's going to come to the table and apologize every time they get within 5 feet of a coach.
Right.
Foul is the 4th.
Or apologize to the scores table.
Yeah. Watson Jr., a 58% shooter from the free throw line. Mack as a team just 64%. First free throw for Watson. That's good. He shot it well from the foul line in this second half of the season. Talk about players working hard. Josh Mio came back from break. And in, I believe, a majority of the days, Greg Heyer was saying in our postgame show on Monday that he's been taking 500 shots a day. Mio hits, check that, Watson hits them both. Mio had a season high on Monday, 28 points.
Briley can confirm that. Says he is in the gym all the time.
I'm sure as a coach, you'd love to have that as a player.
Absolutely.
In that work. Between the circles, this is Avent Coleman. Got it to the near side. Edwards through the lane. Kick out 3 far side. Dew drained it with Amarian Dickerson in his face. Dew's got 5, and it's 8-7. State Fair with 16:19 to go in half number 1. Josh Mio head of the arc to Watson into the corner. D.T. Tucker thought about one, doesn't take it. Gets it up top to Dickerson, throws it past him and out of bounds. That'll be a Mack turnover.
Yeah, and that's their first.
16:09 to go in half number 1. Shot clock will reset to 20. Offensive trip for State Fair.
Well, I'm not sure why I would go to.
I know, shouldn't it be 30?
Yeah, but they didn't notice. They didn't say anything.
Well, the official said put it at 20. Isaiah Jackson. State Fair never had possession. It was thrown out by Mack. Interesting. Thomas Dew on the far side. Interior feed as he gets it to Jackson. 5 on the shot clock. Underneath shot. Won't count it. He stepped out of bounds. Mack turnover. All right, check that State Fair turnover. Mack gets it back, trailing by a point.
Looks like we got some jawing going on. The official's talking to him.
They can't have Charles Outlaw ejected from this one. You're already without Rich Mauator in this one, due to the ejection he received in Moberly for that flagrant 2. Here's Mio to the cup. Hop step, can't lay it in. Try to get his own rebound and can't. It's Isaiah Jackson who gets it. Coming out of the backcourt, here's State Fair on the near side. This is Avent Coleman to the far side. Got it to Cliff Barrow. Interior feed to a cutting Jackson. Looks back out. Got it back to Coleman at the far wing. We'll see a couple of Cardinals check in at the next stoppage. On the far side, Coleman backs off the arc. 10 seconds on the State Fair shot clock. Roadrunners leading Cardinals 8-7. On the near side, Edwards trying to get around Watson. Can't. Edwards fights through contact. 3 far side, Grant. He walked and turned it over. No, he stepped out of bounds. It was either a walk or a step out of bounds. Either way, turnover would have been whistled. 15:04 to go in the first. Mac trails by a point. They'll get it back. Tyler Smith and Preston Turner check in.
Well, we got some listeners out there. I just got a text from Mr. Pat Burns. Violation in the backcourt is a 20-second shot clock for new offense.
Ah.
So appreciate that, Pat.
Yep. Amarian Dickerson around the arc. Try to put it off glass, can't hit. And the rebound skying forward, Isaiah Jackson. I don't think Greg Heyer liked that trip at all for Mac. On the near side, this is Cliff Barrow. Interior feed. It's stolen away by Charles Outlaw.
That's their 6th turnover. They're struggling to take care of the basketball early.
Mac right to left as Tyler Smith comes out of the backcourt. He'll take it on perimeter through the paint, kick it to the corner. Dickerson for 3 far side. Dickerson rattles it. Oh, but it falls out. And the rebound for Avent Coleman. Spins around the defender, trying to get it to his teammate in Cliff Barrow, and he throws it out of bounds.
Another turnover.
Stephon McDonald checks in. He'll come in for Charles Outlaw. We had a situation on Monday where Stephon McDonald was coming out of the backcourt after a three-point shot was made by Lincoln Land. The Lincoln Land player kind of turned and jawed to him. Stephon McDonald just kind of jogged away. And
oh, is that what that Band-Aid is on his face?
I'm not sure what it is. Here's a 3 that missed for Watson. Rebound, Tyler Smith and Mineral Area. Smith, step back 3, far wing. Knock it down, Tyler Smith. His first 3 made. I'm not sure what that bandage is, but the player got teed up for John at Stephon McDonald. Then fans in the seats started arguing with each other just about the call. It wasn't about anything else. Had a long stoppage to get that sorted out. It's 10-8 Mac after that made 3 by Tyler Smith. Underneath, kick out 3 for the lead for State Fair. That'll go. It's Cliff Barrow. He's got 6. And it's 11-10. State Fair's teams trade buckets. Smith out on perimeter. Dickerson at the near wing. Wanted to step into one. Now he will. Dickerson, that's too strong. Watson with the offensive rebound. Back out on the arc. Watson at the near wing, resetting the offense as he takes it head of the arc. Now to the near side in the corner for Preston Turner. Back to Watson, to Tyler Smith from way out, to Dickerson far side, driving baseline, trying to posterize Isaiah Jackson and couldn't. Jackson going to commit a foul. It'll be his first and the team's 5th.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive take to the basket.
And we get our media stoppage. And we'll have free throws coming out of this break. 13-11 left in the first. 11-10 State Fair, leading on the Parkland Sports Leader KFMO. Amarian Dickerson shooting 2 at the line to our left. 13-11 to go in the first half. 11-10 State Fair. And Dickerson ties us up with the first one. Foul was called against Isaiah Jackson, his first and the team's 5th. Out of the media stoppage, Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, Taylor LeBrier, our entire crew. We're back at it with high school basketball tomorrow. Girls basketball, North County at Farmington. Second one around and out. The rebound collected by State Fair. And it's Steven Samuels, who's in, and we get a walk and a turnover after Dew couldn't plant the back foot.
Yeah, Coach Brown's super frustrated. I would be too. You started 7 minutes in that game, you got 8 turnovers already. I mean, you're not going to beat the number 4 team in the country if you can't take care of the basketball.
Definitely not. Charles Outlaw checks in. We're tying at 11-11 with 13:05 to go in the first half. Josh Mio to inbound just in front of us. Got it to Tyler Smith. Smith trying to get out of the backcourt. He's had a tough going of it as of late. Smith has bounced it to Josh Mio on the near wing. Got it to Preston Turner. Turner through an Outlaw screen. Got it back to Smith on the near side. Smith to Turner, far side. Off of perimeter still. Smith trying to get to the arc. He does through a screen set by Outlaw. Picked up his dribble up top for Smith. 8 seconds on the back shot clock. Tyler Smith, crossover dribble. Players lost it. He falls for it. And a foul is called on State Fair and a push. Well, Matt Brown doesn't like that call. A foul is going against Ben Miller. His first and the team's sixth. And the next foul with 12:38 to go puts Mac in the bonus. Tyler Smith will inbound far sideline. Smith up top for Josh Mio. Now to the near wing. Smith, check that Mio to the baseline. Bodying his way to the cup. Fadeaway shot from 6, and Mio got it. That's bully ball to get to the cup with that one.
Yeah. Old school backyard hoops.
Yeah.
He just backed them on down, turned around, elevated, shot over the top.
12:20 to go in the first. Mac up 13-11 as they get the lead back. On the far side, this is Ben Miller. Now back to the near side. Now cuts back to the far side through the circle. Got it to his teammate in Samuels.
Big
driving down low.
right
Players collide. It's stolen by Mac. Josh Mio to the far side. Bounce it down low for Stephon McDonald. Looking inside for Outlaw. He's backing away from it. It was stolen away by Cliff Barrow, but he steps out of bounds. It'll stay Mac ball. 12:01 to go in the first. 13-11 Cards. Tyler Smith will inbound right of the lane.
Tell you what, be 6-11. State Fair's not bad.
Oh, they really aren't. Mio
Another
again bodying his way to the cup. And one. That's right. Count it. And one to follow, and that puts Mac in the bonus. The foul is on Avant Coleman.
That's just simple basketball, right? You know, two dribbles back down. Again, same as last possession, just elevates over the top, and then this time he's able to get the foul headed to the free throw line.
Well, like I had mentioned, Mio, season high points on Monday, hits the end one. He's already at 7. He averages 12.2 a game. Matt Brown looks over at. I don't know if you heard that. Looked over at Greg Heyer and goes, "Come on, give us a chance out there." Here's Ben Miller to the near side. He gets it to Cliff Barrow. Barrow has 12.3 points per game, and a foul is called. It's going against Mac, and I believe Tyler Smith. Oh, no, Preston Turner. Well, he or Tyler Smith were both in the Euro. It's the first on Turner and the team's second.
Well, you look at the fouls, 7-2. If we got hands on them here, I'd say in the next 2-3 minutes, it's going to get called to try to even this thing up a little bit.
Thomas Dew on the near side. Just inside the arc. Fadeaway shot from 15. The shot was deflected. It's taken away by Josh Mio as he gets the rebound. Mio across the timeline on the far side. Through a screen by Outlaw. Mio head of the arc. Got it to McDonald, far side. Dribble drive to the cup. Righty runner. Got it. Stephon McDonald. And a timeout called by State Fair. We'll step aside with them. 18-11 is the score. Mac leads with 11:19 to go in the first half on KFMO. (18-11) Mac we're in half number one. 11-19 left in it. The Cardinals on a 9-0 run. Inbound finds Ben Miller. In the backcourt for State Fair as they have possession after their timeout called by their 7th-year head coach, Matt Brown. Miller across the timeline on the far side, gets to the foul line, kick it back out to the near side for Avant Coleman. Coleman back out on perimeter, head of the arc for Jackson. Isaiah Jackson finds Edwards. Check that it was Barrow. Back to Miller, trying to get around the defender and couldn't. It was poked away. McDonald got it to Smith and bounced it to Josh Mio at the far wing. Mio steps on perimeter, hoists the three, can't hit that one. McDonald undercut the rebound, and it's collected by Ben Miller. Miller for Coleman to the cup, coast to coast, can't hit. Outlaw with the rebound, and he gets it to Tyler Smith. On the near side, Josh Mio. Mio at the near wing, 10.5 to go in the first half. Mac leading 18-11. Mio in from 15 feet. Can't hit that one. It rolls over the cylinder. And the rebound collected by Ben Miller. Out of the backcourt, numbers for State Fair. Miller got it to Coleman. Up and underneath move. Can't hit on the reverse layup. And the rebound for McDonald. And Tyler Smith in the backcourt. Smith to the far side for Mio. Mio to Preston Turner way out. Turner for Smith on the near side. Quick feed to McDonald at the near wing. McDonald calling for Smith to come back and get it. He does at the top of the arc. 13 seconds of the max shot clock. Smith pick and roll down low for Outlaw. He's going to have to be forced back out as he was met by a defender. Out for Preston Turner. 5 on the shot clock. Turner trapped. Got it to Outlaw with 3. He hoists from 10 on the baseline. Can't hit. And the rebound collected by Thomas Dew. Coming out of the backcourt, Cliff Barrow at the other end. Through contact, can't hit. Offensive rebound, putback wouldn't fall for Isaiah Jackson. And Preston Turner has the rebound. And across the timeline, here's Tyler Smith. Smith to the baseline, into the corner for McDonald. Extra pass, Mio. One
Good
more feed
movement.
to Turner. Far side 3. Preston Turner. Oh, just missed. And the rebound collected by Cliff Barrow as he hands it to his teammate and Ben Miller. Miller on the near side to the far wing for Coleman. Coleman in. Wow, threw it out of bounds. Tried to find his teammate in the corner, Dew, but Josh Mio had him covered. 9:06 to go in the first. 18-11 Mac, and it'll be Cards ball.
Yeah, I think both teams needed some fresh bodies there. You had about 3-4 minutes straight of just up, down, up, down. No stoppages, no whistles. Good little float.
Preston Turner thought he was coming off. He was drinking some Gatorade on the bench. Coach told him to get back out there. Marcus Watson across the timeline to the far side. Got it to Amarian Dickerson. Back to Watson. And an offensive foul called against Dickerson. That'll be his first and the team's third.
Coming in for State Fair, number 2, Alex.
18-11 to go. Check that, 18-11 the score. 8:54 to go in the first. Past the halfway point of this quarter. And I believe State Fair going to use the timeout. It is a 30-second stoppage. We'll step aside with them. 18-11 to go in the first. 18-11 the score, rather. 8:54 to go in the first. Broadcaster 0, games clock 2. You're listening to KFMO and the coverage of MAC Athletics. .8:35 to go in the first. State Fair missed on a layup. Mac got the rebound. Coming out of the backcourt, they lead 18-11 with 8:28 to go in the first. Up top, Dickerson. Pump fake, dribble drive, try to get around the defender Jackson. Wild hook shot around and in. Nice play. And it'll be Amarian Dickerson with this first field goal. State Fair will work their way up the floor on the near side. Cliff Barrow He's from Detroit, Michigan. Gets it to Jackson, head of the arc. Kick out to the near side. Josh Mio's got his hand right in the face of Cliff Barrow, who probes in. Bounce past Jackson on the baseline to the cup. Put it off glass, can't hit. Got his own rebound. Put back shot was blocked, but Dickerson called on the foul. He'll shoot two. Check that. Foul is on Dickerson. It'll be Isaiah Jackson at the line to shoot two. Second on Dickerson, fourth on Mack. Charles Outlaw will check in. First free throw at the line to our right. No good. Isaiah Jackson averages 73% from the foul line. $7:55 to go in the first, 20-11.
Yeah, this crowd is really something else on a Wednesday night.
Absolutely. Loud, too. Gotta love it. Second free throw falls through for Jackson. His first point of the game, and it's 20-12 with 7:55 to go in the first. And full court pressure from State Fair as the inbound goes to Watson in the back court. Now for D.J. Tucker, back to Watson on the near side. Now to Tucker across the timeline at the far wing. Picked up his dribble, lobbed it back to the near side. Preston Turner had to come get it. For Watson between the circles. Through an outlaw screen to Turner. Catch and shoot three near side. Rattled it out. And the rebound collected by Steven Samuels. Samuels coast to coast the other way. Extension at the step. Put it off glass. Can't hit. Turner's got the rebound. Outlet Watson. Watch out. Front row seats. Watson had to steal that one from going in your lap.
State Fair going second possession in a row here in the zone. See how long they stick with that.
D.J. Tucker in the corner far side. Gets to the wing. Feeds Watson. Out of the near side. Preston Turner. He was hot from the line to plenty in the first half of the season. D.J. Tucker, interior feed. Josh Mio, 7 on the max shot clock. Mio out on the arc. D.J. Tucker, 15-footer, can't get that one. Falls in! Wow, rolled on top of the backboard.
I don't know if I've ever seen that kind of English.
Catch and shoot three at the other end. Doesn't fall for due. Rebound from Mack, and it's Marcus Watson, that is. Josh Mio out of the backcourt. Lob it into the corner.
Good find.
D.J. Tucker, Preston Turner, near wing. Three, knock it down. Preston Turner. And Matt Brown already going to take another timeout, but this one will be the media. 6:35 to go in the first half. Mack leads 25-12 on KFMO. .6:35 left in the first half. 25-12 Mack. Full court pressure from the Cardinals. State Fair inbounds. In the backcourt, it's Cliff Barrow. Barrow to the far side for Alex Gunnels. He'll cross the timeline and set up the offense for the Roadrunners. Here's a catch and shoot three on the far side. That wouldn't rattle home by Barrow, and the rebound for Charles Outlaw. Marcus Watson on the near side. He gets it to Preston Turner. Back to Watson. To the foul line for Outlaw, handed off to Watson. He'll probe in, be met by a defender. Nice pass on the give and go, and Outlaw slams it home.
Well, State Fair did not stay in that zone very long.
Yeah, no, they did not. Resulted in points against on every trip. 6 minutes left in the first half, 27-12. Here's Thomas Dew up top for Gunnels. Now to the near wing, he gets it to Samuels. Samuels trying to get around Marcus Watson, who leads the team in steals. Does get around Watson, can't get around Turner, but lays it in, and the foul is on Turner. That's the second foul on Preston Turner and the fifth on Mack. And it'll put Samuels at the line for the end one as Tyler Smith will come in for Marcus Watson and Stephon McDonald for Preston Turner. And one at the line to our right, it's Samuels. He's a 60% shooter from the foul line. And one, good. Samuels has 3 points in the game. Mack leads by 12, 27-15. Out of the backcourt, Smith cuts back to the far side, gets it to Josh Mio. Mio towards the arc. Through a screen set by Outlaw, Mio in. Hop step and rattles it home with a nice hook shot by Josh Mio. He's got 9. 29-15, 5:20 to go in the first half. On the far side, Elijah Edwards. Edwards met by D.T. Tucker. Gets it up top for James Munlin. Munlin to the near side for Samuels, and he'll lay it in.
That was a tough finish.
Greg Heyer will take a timeout. 5:04 to go in the first, 29-17. You're listening to MAC Athletics as the Cardinals lead State Fair on KFMO. .504 to go in the first, 29-17. Mac leading as we approach the CarSmart halftime report. Cards inbounding on the baseline. D.T. Tucker to Josh Mio. And he'll look up floor as he sets up the offense with a walking dribble on the far side. Met by a defender through a screen set by Outlaw. Mio to the cup. No, he's going to kick it out. 3. Tyler Smith near corner. Yes! Tyler Smith. Nothing but net. 4:45 to go in the first half, 32-17.
And that's nice to see. GH was at the house this weekend. He said Tyler was really struggling with his confidence in his shot at Moberly. So for him to come back, and I know they had a game Monday. I don't know how he played, but it's 2 for 2 today to start.
On the near side, here's Felly July. He'll take it to the cup. Foul is whistled, and it's going against what looks like D.T. Tucker. It'll be his first and the team's 6th with 4:25 to go. He played better against Lincoln Land than he did against Moberly, but still was struggling from the field. That's Tyler Smith playing well in this one. 2 free throws for Felly July at the line to our right. First one, no good. July just a 53% shooter from the foul line. 4:25 left in the first half. Mac leads 32-17. Second free throw, no good. Rebound for McDonald. Quick outlet, Josh Mio. Mio on the arc to the foul line. He'll get back to the perimeter on the near wing. Mio cuts back to the far side. Fighting through a couple of hand checks that aren't whistled by Edwards. Trying to get around Edwards. Down low for McDonald. Lost it out of bounds. And he puts his hand up. 4:08 to go in the first, 32-17. State Fair inbounding in the backcourt. Samuels receives. Marcus Watson ready to check in for the Cards on the near side. That was Samuels. Works across the timeline. Got it to the head of the arc for Munlin. Bounce pass inside. Thomas Dew trying to fight his way to the cup. Kick it out. 3 ball coming far side Samuels. That's too strong. And Josh Mio's got the rebound and a foul called against Thomas Dew as he grabs a hold of Stephon McDonald. And it's the second on Dew. The 8th on State Fair, and that means that Stephon McDonald will have a 1-and-1.
I missed that. What happened?
So the ball hit off the iron. The rebound wasn't even close to Thomas Dew, and he just grabbed Stephon McDonald with one arm and wouldn't let him go. McDonald put his hands up. The official saw it, called it. The correct call. First for McDonald. Got it. He'll get the second. 33-17 State Fair. 3:48 to go in the first half.
You got 13? No, my bad. Steph, you got 13. You still got 24. Steph, you got
DT Tucker and Marcus Watson back in. McDonald can't hit the second. The rebound collected by James Munlin. Munlin in the backcourt. Gets it to Edwards. Now to the far side, Samuels. Lane to the cup. Kick it out near side three from Barrow. That one's good. Cliff Barrow's got 9, and it's 33-20.
And I guess he's a shooter on the squad. He is 3 for 4 today.
He's 40% from the land of plenty coming into tonight.
You can tell by the closeouts from the MAC cards that
McDonald
want to run him off three-point line.
Yeah. 3 near side for Mack. Wouldn't fall. That was DT Tucker. Offensive rebound, Tyler Smith. Back out, Watson. Far side, McDonald. Going to take it to the cup. Oh, tried to put James Munlin on a poster, but couldn't, and he goes down hard. The foul is going to go against Munlin. That'll be his first and the team's 9th. And I think Greg Heyer wants a flagrant. And he is going to get a flagrant. Hit to the face. Going against James Munlin. And Matt Brown is not happy. I think the official probably telling him, hey, you need to calm down. So McDonald will shoot 2. And McDonald at the line to our right, the only one there. He's 1 for 2 from the foul line, hits that one. McDonald came into this game 0 for 0 from the courtesy stripe. Second free throw, got it. If I'm not mistaken, Mack will get possession too, if I'm correct. Right?
Correct. Looks like they're going to get it on the baseline too. Yeah, McDonald's taking advantage of the opportunity he's getting today with Rich being out.
Yeah. Well, he played really, really well against Lincoln Land and came in some for that State Fair game as well. He had missed some time at the beginning of the season with an ankle injury.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to be able to help.
Mio receives the inbound, takes it to the cup. Left-hand hook shot, Mio got it. 11 for Mio with 3 minutes left in the first half. 37-20, Mack leads. Out of the backcourt, here's Cliff Barrow. And State Fair to our right. Set it into the circle for Elijah Edwards. Edwards now to the near side, gets around Watson. Kick it back out far side, extra pass into the corner. This is Osagi for 3. And Mosa Osagi got it. 37-23 with 2:35 to go in the first. On the near side, Marcus Watson. Watson to the cup, into the corner. Josh Mio for 3, rattles it in. Mio can't be stopped this week. He's got 14, and a tech is called on Mio.
Oh, what did he do?
I don't know.
He knows he screwed up too. I missed it.
I didn't see it. It'll be the 2nd on Mio and the 7th on Mack. And so Cliff Barrow will shoot 2.
What it had to be some kind of taunting technical maybe.
We're going to go to the video and see. First free throw at the line to our left, or check that right, is good for Cliff Barrow.
Made the first one?
Yes.
You're pulling up the video feed?
I am going to pull up the video. Instant replay. Barrow hits them both. He's got 11 in the game, and it'll be State Fair possession. And the inbound on the near side in the backcourt for State Fair, but at the scorer's table, throwing it in, it'll be Steven Samuels. And it'll be inbounded, but a foul called against Tyler Smith, and that will send State Fair down to shoot a 1-and-1. Foul is the first on Smith, and at the line to shoot the 1-and-1, it'll be Elijah Edwards.
I got a text message from a viewer. I guess Mr. Billy Hudson, watching this one online. He said he turned and said something to the bench.
Yes.
So the official must have not liked what he said.
First one good on the 1-and-1 for Edwards. He'll get a second. Well, he can't be doing that. I don't mind that because the officials could doing that, grab hold of the game, try not to let it get out of hand like it did at Moberly the other night when the officials did not do that. 40-26, Mac leads. Edwards for State Fair at the line for the second end of a 1-on-1. And he hits them both. He's got 2. Charles Outlaw will inbound from Marcus Watson. 2:20 to go in the first half. 40-27, Mac leads. Watson in the logo. Through an Outlaw screen to the near side. Got it up top. DT Tucker dared to take the 3 and he'll drain it.
Good offensive set.
DT Tucker, 48% from the land of plenty, and he made that one look pretty. With 2 minutes to go, it's 43-27 Mac. Into your feed for Isaiah Jackson. It's lost in the steal for Marcus Watson. 2-on-2. Watson out of the backcourt. He'll wait things out. Watson cuts back to the near side. At the wing up top for Tyler Smith.
They're going back to the same set here, or trying to at least.
Smith,
don't need it.
Tucker was wide open. Outlaw going to slam it home. Outlaw's got 2 slam dunks in the game for 4 points, 45-27. Cliff Barrow in, kick it back out for Avant Coleman. Coleman got it to Jackson out of the far side, hop step to the lane, reverse layup doesn't fall for Mosa Osagi, and he will go to the line to shoot 2 as the foul is on Outlaw, his first in the team's night.
We don't say this often, but Mac is, we're used to accustomed to seeing them play defense without fouling. Here they are in this first half, and they got 19 fouls.
I honestly, Jimmy, can't remember the last time in a game that I've seen Mac get 19 fouls this season. It had to be earlier on in the season. Osagi good on the first. He's got 4 in the game. He'll get a second. Makes them both. Tyler Smith out of the backcourt. Right up the middle, angling to the near side. Now cuts back to the far side, trying to get around Steven Samuels. Can't. Through a screen, no, rejects the screen. Good, a good move. Yes, he takes it to the cup, and Smith plays it in. He's got 8 on the nice dribble drive penetration. 60 seconds left in the first. 47-29 at the other end. It's State Fair. Mac leads. Back out on perimeter, then Steven Samuels after he tried to get into the lane but couldn't. Sent it up top for Coleman. Picked up his dribble to the near side. Catch and shoot 3 from way out. Cliff Barrow. That wouldn't fall. And the offensive rebound is collected by Jackson. He'll send it back to the far side and throw it out of bounds as Cliff Barrow couldn't get to it after the pass by Isaiah Jackson. 38.6 to go in the first. 47-29 Mac. Watson slowly approaches the center stripe. Now steps across it, sets the offense up for the Mac Cardinals. Watson on the near side. Picked up his dribble to McDonald, far side in the corner. Try to get along the baseline, but he's met by Osagi, and it's poked out by Osagi, and it'll stay Mac ball. Marcus Watson will inbound. 21.1 to go in the first, 47-29. Smith on the far side. 9 seconds on the Mac shot clock as the Bob starts the countdown into the corner. McDonald, extra pass, DT Tucker. 3 on the shot clock. Tucker in. Reverse layup wouldn't fall. Rebounded by Avant Coleman out of the backcourt. 5 seconds left. Coleman straight on 3. That rattles off. And with the rebound coming down, it's stripped by Tyler Smith. And that'll do it in half number 1. 47-29 Cardinals as we head to the CarSmart halftime report. Mac leading. They're 4th in the nation, and their undefeated record on the line tonight. But they lead State Fair by a bunch. CarSmart halftime report coming up after this. At halftime, it is 47-29. Mac leading State Fair as we take you a look at the CarSmart drive around the region. As Moberly was at Three Rivers tonight for a men's and women's doubleheader. We'll see if we can get a final score in the women's game and get you a look at the men's game. At halftime of the men's game, Moberly leads Three Rivers 42-40. Just a 2-point lead over the Three Rivers Raiders for the Moberly Greyhounds. In the women's game, that featured Moberly and Three Rivers. See if we can find the final score of that one from their stream. It was a final score in the women's contest. Hold on for me, folks. (78-44). It was Moberly with the winner there. Oh, check that. Three Rivers with the winner. My apologies. Three Rivers, 78-44 over the Moberly women. Taylor Breyer doing a great job back at the studio getting that to us. We also have a final score on the high school landscape as we take a look at Bismarck and Perryville, and the Lady Indians beat the Lady Pirates 59-55. Ashley Hawkins with 20 points in the win. Haley Dickey with 16 points. And Kinsey Hubbs with 11 points. That's the Bismarck Lady Indians getting into the win column today after their game yesterday against Perryville was pushed to today. They win. It also happening on the high school side. The North County boys playing at West County against the Bulldogs. We're about 5 minutes away from the second half. We'll take a quick break, come back with more after this on halftime on KFMO. (47-29), Mac leading here over State Fair as you come out of the halftime break and get your shoot-around going if you're Mac and State Fair. And I think if you're State Fair, turnovers is a big point of emphasis in that halftime conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they finished with 13. But yeah, we said early on in the broadcast, you are not going to beat the number 4 team in the country if you cannot take care of the basketball. And another good, solid defensive half. I know maybe not great, but, you hold a team to 29 points and a half of basketball, and helps when you put up 47 yourself.
That'll wrap things up on the CarSmart Halftime Report. When we come back, second half action. Mac leading State Fair 47-29 on KFMO.
West County's winning.
20 minutes on the clock, 47-29 Mac, and the Cards will get first possession at the Bob Seekers Fieldhouse. They lead State Fair. We get an out-of-town scoreboard check courtesy of Jimmy Palmer. The North County Raiders trailing West County 35-31 after 3. That's boys basketball, and that's at West County High School. Amarian Dickerson to inbound. Full court pressure already from State Fair. The inbound for Watson. And he'll cross the timeline as teams switch sides. Back now right to left on your listening device. Here's Josh Mio to the far side. Mio leading all scorers with 14 points in this one. Take it down low. Fadeaway shot from 5, and he got it. Mio is having a week this week.
He's tough to guard tonight, that is for sure.
19:34 to go in half number 2. 49-29 Mac. As we're 35 seconds into the second half, and State Fair's got their first trip. Here's Cliff Barrow to the near side for Edwards. At the wing, taking it to the foul line. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Edwards nearly had it poked away. Edwards lob it. That gets ironed. That was just a desperation shot. Watson with the rebound. Outlet for Mio. Got it down low for Dickerson. Back to Mio on the near side. He and Dickerson play catch. It goes back to Dickerson. He'll always to 3 and hit it. On the near side at the wing, Dickerson's got 6. A 36% shooter from the line of plenty hits his first one. He missed one earlier in the game.
Yeah, he missed his first 3. He's now 1 for 4 on the night.
Elijah Edwards sends it down low for Thomas Dewey. Dewey on the near wing with 9 on the shot clock. Nice Euro step, play it off glass and in. Dewey's got 7. Greg Heyer not happy with the defensive effort on that trip by Mack. Mio tried to get it to Watson. Through pressure, Watson has to get across the timeline. He lobs it to Dickerson. Dickerson going to take it to the cup, put it off glass, can't finish, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Foul is on Isaiah Jackson, his second and the team's first. Dickerson 1 of 2 tonight from earlier on in the first half. First free throw for Dickerson. Short. 18-16 left in regulation. It's 52-31. Jam a day here at the Bob. Almost wore mine. Dickerson misses them both.
It is PJ night.
Rebound for Thomas Dew. Out of the backcourt for Edwards on the far side. Edwards trying to get around Watson. Does, but then Watson with the speed gets back to him. Barrow on the outside. Takes it between the circles and out of the near side. He gets it to Gunnels. Gunnels lobs it to Thomas Dew, a 6'8 freshman. Dew up top. This is Edwards. 5 on the shot clock for State Fair. Dew gets it back down low. Fadeaway shot from 10. Can't hit. Offensive rebound put back at the buzzer. Doesn't fall for Jackson. And Josh Mio's got the rebound for D.T. Tucker. Nice extension of the step by Tucker. Put it off glass and in with the layup.
Yeah, great finish in traffic there. That was a good tempo in transition.
Gunnels on the near side. Played 2.5 of the second half. 54-31 Mac. Outlaw had the block, but a foul is called. Foul is called against Outlaw, his second and the team's first. 2 free throws at the line to our left for Isaiah Jackson. He split his earlier trip tonight. First one here, no good. Off the mark to the right. Mosa Osaki checks back into the game. Jackson. Can't hit that one. Cheerleaders knew it. He's scared, he's shaking. He's not going to hit this one.
Good alley pass.
Outlaw
Finish.
waits out the defender. Can't finish on the reverse layup. Got it back and slams it home.
Well, that was an impressive
It was. Osagi out of the backcourt on the near side. Sends it up top for Isaiah Jackson. 20 seconds on the shot clock for State Fair. Jackson got it to Edwards. pivot down low with a left-handed shot put style shot, trying to get around Watson, and does. Edwards has 4. On the near side, Dickerson up top for Watson. Backs off. 3 from the near wing. That one's short. Rebound knocked away by Mio. It goes out of bounds. Was it touched last by State Fair? It was. Mac ball. 56-33 Cards. 9-4 scoring in this half.
Yeah, State Fair's tried a number of defenses tonight, none which have provided any resistance to Mineral Area.
Mio through the key, fadeaway shot, put it off the rim, but can't hit it. Out of the backcourt, Osagi as he gets it to Gunnels. Gunnels backs out. Outlaw called on a foul as he hooked Isaiah Jackson. Outlaw with his 3rd and the team's 2nd. They call Outlaw on the hold. 16-19 to go in the second. 56-33 Mac. Elijah Edwards inbounds to Thomas Dew. Send it back up top for Alex Gunnels. Gunnels lob down low. Dew posting up. Waits out the defender. Dickerson can't hit. Outlaw deflects the rebound to Dickerson. He'll cross the timeline on the near side. Dickerson quickly across the timeline, trying to get a pass the defender can't. Now Watson to the cup. Left-handed lay-in, and it falls. Watson with 7. And it's 58-33. Tyler Smith, Preston Turner, and Stephon McDonald ready to check in. And not a foul, rather. Instead, a turnover. Gunnels lost it out of bounds. Substitutions come in for Mac. And it'll be Preston Turner to inbound on the far sideline. Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, Taylor LeBrier, our entire crew. Inbound for Marcus Watson. He'll cross the timeline. 15:45 to go in the second. 58-33 Cards. Watson splits the defenders, dribbles out of a phone booth, sent it down low for McDonald. Couldn't control the bullet feed, and his numerical counterpart in Isaiah Jackson picks up the steal. Out of the backcourt, Edwards to the baseline, Dew. Bodying his way to the cup, spinning around. McDonald lost it down low, and Watson steals again. Watson out of the backcourt, trying to get around the defenders again. Tripped up, and a whistle coming in. A foul called against Gunnels on the trip. That'll be his 2nd and the team's 2nd. 15:21 to go in the second. They call it a blocking foul. 58-33, and Mac will inbound on the baseline. Watson will throw it in. Left of the offensive paint. Send it up top for Tyler Smith. Waits for it to bounce, then collects through a Sutton screen. Check that, a McDonald screen back up top to the far side. Dickerson, pump fake, dribble drive. Gets around a defender. Now he's going to slam it home. Posterize Osagi. Dickerson with 8. 60-33. And we get a timeout called by State Fair. 60-33, Mac explodes the Bob Seekers Fieldhouse alive with that Dickerson slam dunk. 14:59 to go in the second on KFMO. Mac leads 14:59 left in regulation. It'll be State Fair ball out of their timeout. Elijah Edwards inbounds. Send it up top for Alex Gunnels. Gunnels guarded by Marcus Watson. Gunnels around Watson to the corner. Catch and shoot three from Osagi. That's too strong. And Watson has the board. Out of the backcourt, Watson. Send it to Tyler Smith on the near side. Thought about one, but Gunnels got to him. Smith backs off. 14:41 to go in half number 2. And an offensive foul called against Stephon McDonald. A moving screen, his first of the team's third.
Yeah, he just didn't get set. Moving the whole time.
Mac leading by 27.
Come on, step on 15, Mark. You got 11. Okay, lead.
Inbounding. State Fair just to our right. Edwards throws it in. Gunnels controls. Out of the backcourt to the far side for Dew. Dew up top. This is Jackson. Down low. Nice cut. Osagi, and he lays it in. Beat his man, Preston Turner, to the rim. Osagi's got 7. Tyler Smith in the backcourt, trapped by a couple of defenders. And Greg Heyer yells for a timeout twice. No whistle. And Tyler Smith throws it off of a defender and out.
Yeah, his 4 teammates could clearly see he was getting trapped in the corner. Yet nobody came to the basketball. Nobody made their stuff available.
So it'll be full court pressure again for State Fair. Preston Turner will inbound. Got it to Dickerson, back to Preston Turner. Turner across the timeline to McDonald. Cutting to the basket. Watson has to fire it back in. Tyler Smith tried to steal. It's stolen away by State Fair and picked up by Jackson. Lob it out of the backcourt. This is Samuels. Put it off glass, can't hit. Turner knocks the rebound away, and Osagi was there, but a foul is called on the floor against Preston Turner, his third and the team's fourth. 13:58 to go in the second. Mac leads by 15.
Coming into the guard, number 10, DJ Tucker.
25, rather. $13:58 to go in the second. It is 60-35. Steven Samuels looking for somebody inside. There's no one there. He's going to have to get it in before the 5 count. Dickerson nearly had the steal, but instead Gunnels got to it. To the far side, Osagi. Now at the foul line, that's Cliff Barrow. Fadeaway shot from 4 feet out, and he got it off the glass. Barrow's got 13. That leads all State Fair Roadrunners. Tyler Smith coming out of the backcourt on the far side of the floor across the timeline. Smith in, coast to coast, off glass, can't hit. Wanted a foul. Nice team rebound. Up top, D.T. Tucker as Preston Turner got it. To the far side, Josh Mio. Now for Dickerson. Back to Turner on the near side. 10 seconds of the max shot clock. Smith, uncontested 3, far wing.
Oh.
Got it, Tyler Smith.
3 for 3.
11 for Smith. With 13:15 to go, the advantage grows 63-37. Here's Steven Samuels. Samuels sends it up top, Gunnels. Deep 3 wouldn't fall. Josh Mio with another board. Mio has just 2 points in this half. He had 14 at recess. Mio through the circles on the near side. Got it to Smith. Wants one from downtown. Got it, Tyler Smith. He's feeling it tonight.
Yeah, he is.
12:45 left in regulation. 66-37. Isaiah Jackson out of the far side. Cliff Barrow, he wants all those 3 back, but misses everything. And there's the Bob, going to let him know that he airballed it. As it goes out of bounds, Mac will inbound. And Tyler Smith will inbound in the backcourt. Cardinals leading 66-37, 12.5 to go in half number 2. Inbound deflected. Turner got it. Back to Tyler Smith. Smith lob it to the near side. D.T. Tucker. Josh Mio wants it far side. Mio's got it. In the corner 3. Josh Mio knock it down with a man in his face. 19 for Mio. Coming the other way quickly, it's Cliff Barrow. 12:15 on the clock in the second half. Up top for Samuels. Samuels now to the far side. Way off the arc, through a screen set by Gunnels. Got it to the near side at the wing for Barrow. Wants one from way out, around and out. There's Dickerson with the rebound. Dickerson coming the other way. Got it to Smith. Catch and shoot
Another
3,
one.
far side. That one's going to be short. Rebounded by Barrow. Don't mind the idea, but if you're Greg Heyer, you know he's going to want to have at least a trip that gets points away there. Here's Barrow on the near side, pump fake on a pass. Now we got it to the corner. 3 ball coming for State Fair. That one's good. It was Steven Samuels. He's got 8 and a timeout called by State Fair. The Roadrunners trail 69-40, 11:38 to go in regulation. Mac leads on KFMO. 69-40, Mac leads, 11:38 to go in the second. Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, Taylor LeBrier, our entire crew. And Mac will inbound on the baseline in the backcourt. Full court pressure from State Fair.
Hey, you can run the baseline. Take it out.
Preston Turner will inbound for the Cards. Well, I was doing some preparation for tonight's game, Jimmy. We'll get into this in just a minute. As Tyler Smith comes out of the backcourt, lob it to Outlaw. Too far underneath, couldn't slam it home on the alley-oop. Hit it up top, Turner. Pump fake from way out. Dribble drive to the cup, extension of the step, lefty lay-in, and it's good for Preston Turner. He's got 5. And those stats I was telling you about, that Mac is leading the nation in defense. When Greg Heyer's Northwest Florida team won the national championship in 2022, as there's going to be a turnover as Isaiah Jackson throws it out, that team averaged 77.7 points for per game and 63 points against per game. This MAC team averages 83.8 points for per game and 57.9 points against per game.
Well, and ironically enough, guess who the #1 team in the nation is right now?
The Cardinals.
Well, as far as overall, like
yeah,
Northwest Florida is #1. So
yes,
you know, he built a program there, left it in good hands. They're still doing good things, and now he's doing those same things here at Mineral Area.
Mio lays that one in. Shot down low, misses. It was Felly July who missed that one, and the rebound for Josh Mio. Yes, that Northwest Florida team has been good every year since he's left. Mio, jump shot on the fadeaway from 15, can't hit it on the baseline, and the rebound for Samuels. Out of the backcourt at State Fair, Euro step for Samuels. Tried to lay up, couldn't get it. Preston Turner has the board. Outlet for Josh Mio. 10.5 to go in the second. Mio got it to Tyler Smith, pushed out of bounds, and a foul call.
If they keep pushing this tempo like this, they might score 120 tonight.
Gunnels with his third, the team's third. Wow, already at 73. Okay, 73-40. That was fast. Scoring in this quarter is 33-11. Mac. Check that. That's not correct. Quick math there, Jared. 26-11. We're getting there, though. Tyler Smith will inbound on the near side, bounce it to Josh Mio. Mio through an outlaw screen, takes it back to the head of the arc, now to the near side for Dickerson. Dribble drive to the cup, met by a couple of defenders, kick out Watson. Watson through the key, now to the near side for Smith in the corner. Smith back to Watson at the near wing. 5 on the max shot clock. Watson off glass, can't hit. Rebound lost, Outlaw's got it. Outlaw with a couple of pivots. That's going to count. The officials whistle it, shot clock violation. Watson's shot, did it not get the rim? It was awfully close.
It did not hit the rim.
Okay, all right, shot clock violation. Man, that was awfully close to the buzzer. And it'll be a MAC turnover. 9:53 to go in the second. It's winning time here at the Bob Seacrest Fieldhouse. Steven Samuels around. Foul going to be called on MAC. That's going to go against Amarian Dickerson. That's his third and the team's 5th.
His third personal foul.
9:45 left in regulation, 73-40. Inbounding Samuels right of the lane. Sends it out to Thomas Dew. Far wing 3, catch and shoot. Rolls over the iron. Outlaw's got the rebound. That's the foul that wasn't called. James Munlin just grabbed Outlaw with both arms on the near side. This is
Still
Smith
grabbing him.
to Dickerson to the far side for Mio. Wing-to-wing feed, now the near wings. Catch and shoot three, Tyler Smith bringing the rain with it. Couldn't get it to fall. Great job by Dickerson to knock the rebound out for Marcus Watson. Watson looks off Josh Mio. Now gets it to Mio in the corner. Catch and shoot three. Mio, he got it. 24 for Josh Mio. State Fair at the other end. Up top, Avant Coleman to the cup. Lost it out of bounds. It was touched by Mack as he missed the shot. Shot was blocked by Charles Outlaw. 9:01 left in regulation. Mack leads by 36, 76-40. Preston Turner coming into the game, as is Dawson Civil for the first time. Mio coming out. Inbound, straight on, Thomas Dew. Dew to the far side for Coleman. Coleman trying to get around Civil. Does. Hop step, picked up his dribble shot. Oh, blocked by Civil, but they call a foul. His hands were straight up. That'll be the first on Dawson Civil and the last foul that Mack can give before State Fair's in the bonus. It'll be 2 free throws for Avant Coleman. At the line to our left, he's a 67% shooter from the foul line. First free throw, no good, it's short. 8:50 left in regulation. The Cardinals trying to improve to 8-0 and 3-0 in league play. Second free throw, no good. Amarian Dickerson skies for the rebound. He'll outlet for Preston Turner on the near side.
I just got an update. North County, West County is tied with 19 seconds.
Oh, wow. 8:35 to go. Watson in, bounce it down low for Dickerson. Check that Turner, but it was deflected by Thomas Dew and out of bounds.
What did Coleman do on those 2 free throws?
Missed them both.
Missed them both.
Yeah. The rebound was Amarian Dickerson. Watson inbounding left of the lane. Throws it up top for Dawson Civil. Civil at the far wing, backs off the arc, tries to get around Coleman, does to the foul line, now to Turner. Step back three in the corner, too strong. And the outlet as the rebound was collected by Osagi. Outlet to Dew, and he's fouled by Turner. 4th on Turner, 7th on Mack. State Fair in the bonus. Dew to the line to shoot 2.
His 4th personal foul. The same team 7th. That puts State Fair in the bonus. At the line, Thomas Dew.
Matt Brown telling the official it's the same play as the flagrant that was called earlier. First one for Dew. No good. He shoots at 67% from the courtesy stripe. Second free throw for Dew. It's that one. So he splits the trip. It's now 76-41 with 8:18 to go in the second. Marcus Watson in the backcourt. Got it to Dickerson across the timeline. Dickerson coast to coast, lay it in. Oh, it fell off, man. And the rebound for James Munlin.
Well, I thought he was going to take flight right there.
Oh, me too. Up top, here's Osagi to the near side. Dew from the near wing. Got it. 11 for Dew. Greg Heyer wants a timeout. Not going to grant it to him. The official was right there and a foul called against State Fair. 7:53 to go. The foul on State Fair is their 4th. Mack leads 76-44. Coach Heyer was screaming for that timeout. The official was at least 5 feet away from him. Just, I guess, didn't hear him.
Just ignored him, I think.
I guess he's ready to go home. 7:50 to go in the second. 76-44. On the near side, Watson probes in. Met by a defender. Send it back up top for Amarian Dickerson. Dickerson straight on. Dribble drive in. Lost it out of bounds, but off of Mosa Osagi.
Letting him play a little bit now.
Yeah, I was about to say, Osagi just had one arm all over Dickerson. Inbound to Preston Turner at the low block. He takes it to the foul line, hoist from the near elbow and got it. Preston Turner's got 7, and it's 78-44. And Mack will force the turnover. Dawson Civil for Preston Turner. He'll probe in. Turner lost it, but the foul called on Osagi. That'll be his first and the team's 5th. And Preston Turner will shoot 2. It's the 5th foul on the State Fair Roadrunners.
Team's 5th. At the line, shooting 2, Preston Turner.
Mineral Area Cardinals going to improve to 18-0, barring a State Fair miracle. Turner good on the first. Mac, one of just 4 teams left in the top 25, undefeated. One of those teams is ranked at 11th. It is, pull it up, I'll tell you who it is. Second free throw for Turner. Hit them both. He's got 9 in the game, and it's 80-44. Full court pressure still for Mac. Now they back off.
North County wins 50-49.
Big win for the North County Raiders over the West County Bulldogs. We would have been there yesterday had it been played, but the weather pushed it back. Here's Ben Miller, forced back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. State Fair with an offensive trip. Miller doing it himself, trying to send it inside, poked away by Watson. Getting it, though, was Thomas. 2 seconds of the shot clock. A whistle called and a foul. And it's going against Mack and Dawson Civil, his second and the team's 8th. And we get our media timeout. 6:55 to go in the second. Free throws coming up after this. Mack leads State Fair 80-44 on KFMO and KFMO Sports Plus. First one, no good. First free throw of 2, no good for Ben Miller, but he hits the second. Miller's got his first point of the game. It's 80-45 Mac with under 7 to go in regulation. Now it's 6:54. Jared Pettis, Jimmy Palmer, Taylor LeBrier, our entire crew. After this contest, we'll hear from the head coach of the Mac Cardinals, Greg Heyer. Dawson Civil threw a screen, got it to Preston Turner on the near side. Jacob Howell into the game. Turner dribbled it off his foot and got tripped up. He rolls around, got it out for Howell. Far side, pump fake from the Land of Plenty. Nearly had it stolen. Howell bounced it out to the near side. Dickerson from the near wing, got it. Dickerson's got 11. 6:20 to go. As State Fair works out of the backcourt, it's 83-45.
Charge.
And a charge is called against State Fair. Jacob Howell draws it.
That's freaking awesome, man. He comes in off the bench and you're getting some playing time and team's up 40 and still willing to put your body on the line and take a charge like that. That's awesome.
Foul is called against Ben Miller. The official gave up the number 32 sign. There's no 32 for State Fair. Dawson Civil out of the backcourt. Francisco Monreal in as well for the Cards. To the near side, Dickerson. Howell in the corner on the near side. He'll hoist from there. Oh, just missed it. Man, Howell can shoot the lights out from the Land of Plenty. Now 9 of 16 on the year. And this time they call a block going against Howell. Fans boo. It'll be the first on Howell, the 9th on Mack. 2 free throws for Isaiah Thomas at the line to our right. 5:52 left. The Cards going to be 18-0. I alluded to those teams that are undefeated in the nation. As Isaiah Thomas misses the first, you got top-ranked South Plains. They're 16-0. Second-ranked Daytona State College. They're 17-0. Mack at 4th in the nation, now going to be 18-0. And Triton College at 13th in the nation, 17-0. Good top 25 this year as Thomas splits the trip. 83-46. The other team ahead of Mack in the rankings, by the way, is Vincennes University. 5.5 to go. Civil out of the backcourt. Through a Francisco Monreal screen. Now to the far side. This is Howell. Got it to Francisco Monreal. Up top to Civil to the near side, Dickerson. Dickerson going to cut to the basket, put it off glass, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Foul is on Thomas Dew. It's his 3rd and the team's 7th. So Mack is in the bonus with 5.5 to go. Dickerson at the line to our right. First free throw, short. Dickerson 1 of 5 tonight from the foul line. He will get a second on the shooting foul. Second free throw up, away, and good. Dickerson splits the trip. He's got 12, and it's 84-46. 5.5 to play in the second. Out of the backcourt, here's Ben Miller. Miller to the elbow, far side. Spin move down low. Got away with the walk. Kick out 3 from Samuel straight on. That wouldn't fall. Rebound knocked away out of bounds off of Mack. It'll stay a State Fair ball. And Charles Outlaw will check in. And Dickerson coming out of the game. He thought he was coming out for good. Greg Harris like, you're not done yet. He's like, okay. Here's Samuels on the far side in the corner, taking it to the wing. He'll hoist from there. That shot was deflected by Sybil, and Howell's got the rebound. 5:06 to go in half number 2. 84-46 Max. Sybil out of the backcourt on the far side through an Outlaw screen. Spin back to the middle. Sybil now probes in. Kick it out. Howell. That was deflected and out of bounds off the official. Oh, it was off of Mack. Touched last by Howell. 4:53 to go in regulation. 84-46. How frustrating are those turnovers with a decent offensive trip like you've had in the last couple of drives?
Well, you know, it's all these guys on the floor right now. Well, at least 3 out of the 5. It's all about taking advantage of your opportunity. So you just keep it simple, play the game the right way, make the right pass, because you'll stand out more if you screw up at this level, because you don't get many of those opportunities. So you got to take advantage of them.
State Fair in the double bonus. Ben Miller will shoot 2. The foul is on Howell, his second. First one no good. And Feli July will check in.
But, you know, for him to be coaching Dawson Civil like this at this point in the game when we're up 40, it just is a testament to GH. You know, everybody gets the same treatment, no matter if you're the starting point guard or the 3rd or 4th point guard off the bench.
4.5 left in regulation. Miller splits the trip. He's got 2 points in the game. It's 84-47. Mack leads. Civil through. Down low feed for Outlaw. He'll slam it home again. Man, these rims are going to be wore out by the time this season ends with the way Outlaw's been slamming it home all night.
Yeah, and he's flat-footed when he's doing, like, he's just catching the ball and going up off 2. No step back or no momentum builder, no nothing. He's just jumping up off the ground and throwing it in.
Straight on 3, no good for Ben Miller. Rebound for Dawson Civil. He'll work the other way. 4 minutes left in regulation. Civil met by a pair. His pass was deflected. Outlaw's got it. Players fight for it. Outlaw hop step into the paint. Spin around, put it up off glass, can't hit. And Isaiah Thomas has the board, and as he gets it to Feli July. At the near wing, this is Ben Miller. Into the corner, pump fake from the land of plenty. Steven Samuels along the baseline, poked out of bounds by Dawson Civil, and it'll stay State Fair. Next MAC home game is on Saturday when the Cards play Jefferson Vikings. And they're out on the road at West Plains, the 24th. Steph McDonald steals the inbound, coast to coast. McDonald tried to slam it, but he missed. And the rebound is collected by Ben Miller out of the backcourt. State Fair. State Fair to the near side at Samuels. 3:25 to go in the second, 86-47. Up top now for Isaiah Thomas. Thomas to July. July got away with it. No, he didn't. Late whistle turns it over. And Mack will get it back. 3:17 left. Well, Mack could take shot clock violations the rest of the game, and State Fair could hit on each trip they get, and Mack will still win. 86-47 is the score. It's another defensive performance from the Cards. I mean, Mack had 47 at halftime. There's 3:17 left in regulation. That's all State Fair has. Dawson Civil across the timeline, right up the middle. Taking it to the near wing, kick out McDonald, 3 from the near corner. Drained it. Stephon McDonald with his first three-point shot made of the season. Now 1 of 5. Under 3 minutes left to play in regulation. Mack leads, and it's 89-47. Samuels kick it out. In the corner, July to Samuels, near wing, 3. Rolls across the cylinder, and Outlaw lost the rebound out of bounds. 2:44 left in the second. I tell you, Greg Heyer loves to coach. It's a 42-point game with 2:44 to go, and he's still standing.
Yeah, he's intense.
Nice steal by Jacob Howell on the near wing. He takes it. Howell up top for Montreal. Send it to the far side. Civil now between the circles and to the beak of the Cardinal logo at the center floor. Reverses back into the logo. 2.5 to go through a screen of Outlaw. Civil swing it back up top. Howell from way out. Howell, oh, can't get that one. Montreal knocks the rebound away, but it's collected by State Fair's Ben Miller. Miller out of the backcourt, coast to coast. Shot blocked by Civil and out of bounds. Outlaw with the denial.
You know, in order to build culture and have everybody buy into your standard of basketball, I mean, like I said earlier, you got to treat everybody the same. So, you know, why is he going to sit down just because he's up? I mean, it's just, again, a testament to how good of a coach and how good of a program builder he really is.
Absolutely. On the far side, this is July. His shot was blocked and a foul is called. It's going to be called on Howell for a hold. He's got 3. 2:08 left in regulation. Howell looks at the bench with a smile. 89-47, Mack leads. July to the line to shoot 2. He's 0 for 2 from his earlier trip. Hits that one. Ty Smith coming back into the game. Tyler Smith. CJ Outlaw coming out. He's done for the night. 2:08 to go in regulation. Mack leads 89-48. Second for July. Hits them both. Stephon McDonald will inbound. Mack ahead by 40. State Fair still showing full court pressure. Civil coming out of the backcourt on the near side. Mack running a play. Outlaw to check that. Civil rather through a screen set by Montreal. Civil in. Nice up and underneath move. Can't hit. Montreal with an offensive rebound. Put back. Oh, it falls off. It wouldn't go. There's July with the rebound. Outlet for State Fair. That's David Barozzi. First time we've said his name all night on the near side for Samuels. Samuels back out. High dribble. He lost it. Civil takes it away. Civil coming across the timeline on the near side. Howell, pump fake, dribble drive, send it out. This is McDonald to Civil on the near side. He'll take it in. Be met by a defender in Ben Miller. Get it back out. Howell, far side, dared to take one. He'll hoist it. Oh, can't hit that one. The fans here at the Bob want it. And a whistle is called, and I believe it'll be State Fair ball as McDonald stepped out of bounds and ran all the way up to the men's bathroom up next to the cafeteria. Minute 17 left, inbound for State Fair, and a 40-point game. Ben Miller on the near side. Matt going to be 18-0 and 3-0 in conference. Deep 3, Ben Miller around and out. McDonald with the rebound. He'll look up the floor across the timeline on the near side. McDonald hands it off to Tyler Smith. Under a minute to go in regulation. Clock down to 55. Swing it all the way to the far side. McDonald, one-touch pass, got it to Howell. Howell up top for Civil. 15 seconds of the max shot clock. Howell waiting. Check that Civil. Through a screen set by Howell. Pick and roll, try to go back to Howell over his hands and out of bounds, and he crashes into the bench. 39.3 left in this one. State Fair will inbound in front of us.
Still only Mac's 9th turnover for the game, and I think this last unit's had 2 or 3 of those, so it's pretty solid night as far as ball security.
Yeah, winning recipe for sure. Howell with the steal, dribbles, outlet, Tyler Smith. 27 seconds left. He'll take it to the cup and lay it in. Tyler Smith's got 16. What a performance from him to gain that confidence back from the field tonight. Smith playing really well, second on the team in scoring. State Fair's got it with 15 seconds left. Up top, this is Samuels trying to get around Civil. Can't. Civil met him. Howell comes in and steals, and that'll do it. Howell doesn't even have to cross the timeline. 4 seconds left, and that'll do it. 91-49 the score. Mac wins it. They're 18-0 and 3-0 in the league as they lead the Region 16 standings. Hubs Pub and Grill postgame show coming up after this. Mac 91, State Fair 49. Final score, Mac wins at 91-49 in a Mac men's and women's doubleheader sweep as the Cardinals beat the Roadrunners on the women's side 50-42, and the Mac men do the same, 91-49. Let's get to the final numbers of this one. First, the leading scorers, starting with Mac. It's 24 for Josh Mio, then 16 for Tyler Smith, 12 points for Amarian Dickerson, 9 from Preston Turner, 8 each Stephon McDonald and Charles Outlaw, 7 each Marcus Watson and DT Tucker. And for State Fair, it's 13 leading the way, Cliff Barrow, 11 for Thomas Dew, 8 points for Steven Samuels, 11 for, 7 for Mosa Osagi, then 4 from Elijah Edwards, 2 each Ben Miller and Feli July, and 1 each for Isaiah Jackson, then Isaiah Thomas. Scoring by half, Mac led 47-29 after 1, then 44-20 after 2, win it 91-49. We will take a break, come back and hear from Greg Heyer and wrap things up from the Bob right after this. That's the game you wanted, right? Joining the Hubs Pub and Grill post-game show by the head coach of the Mineral Area Cardinals, Greg Heyer, in his first season. 18-0 on the season, 3-0 on region play. You lead the Region 16 standings. And a big winner in this one. And you said off air, finally. Is this finally the game you wanted to see from your team offensively and defensively?
Yeah, I mean, I just challenged them before the game to be you. I took a ball in there before the game, and I said, look what this thing has done for you and all of us. And there's no pressure that we've gone from unranked to climb all the way up the ladder to be a top 5 team. Now let's act like it and let's play like it. And you know how to play. You know what to do. Stop worrying about the things that you can't control and do what you do to help the team. And if you're going to shoot it, shoot it, because you don't get that shot back. If you're going to pass it, pass it. If you're going to make a play, make the play and give it everything you got with all the energy and enthusiasm and be the best teammate you got. Help be your brother's keeper and what I learned last game was, and I've learned from the Mobley game and several others, and when I sit down and think about this team, when I challenge them and give them a challenge, they always respond to the challenge. And so today's challenge was that, to play that way. And, defense is our calling card, and it's going to be the rest of the year, and it's going to be the rest of my career here. We're going to play defense, and that's what we're going to do. But the offensive end, a lot of it is confidence. A lot of it is knowing that your teammate believes in you. A lot of it is, like I said, when the ball moves, it's energy. And every time it touches your hand, give it positive vibes, positive energy to the next guy. And, I was really proud of how everybody contributed tonight, and they played all the way to the whistle.
You mentioned defense is the way your team plays, your defensive style anyways, that is leading the league in points against per game, or I guess lowest in the league in points against per game at 57.9. After tonight, that'll likely go down, obviously allowing just 49 in this one. I looked at the numbers while I was prepping for this one and compared, numerically I guess speaking, this team to the national championship winning team that you coached at Northwest Florida State. That team averaged 77.7 points per game and about right around the 64-ish points against per game. This team that you have now, 83.8 points per game and 57.9 points against per game. What are the differences between those two teams and the similarities that you might see between those two teams? I know it's different year. Obviously, that was 2 years ago. Basketball's already different at this point in its history. But are there comparables that you can make between that championship-winning team and this team this year that's 18-0?
Yeah, my wife has said it from day one. This is the hardest playing team you've ever coached. And I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been as a coach, especially after what I went through last year and the first time in my life I've ever lost. And, God kind of put me put my back against the wall. And I said, if somebody gives me another opportunity, I'm going to be better than I've ever been. And I'm going to help the young men that I coach become the best versions of themselves, better than I've ever done before. And I got a group of guys that are high character. They're bought in. They love to come to work every day. They're all about this process, and I keep saying hard work together. They do it together. I tell them all the time, I love you guys. I may be, yelling and wild, but that's because I care, and it means that much to me. And just because you're up 10, that doesn't mean that play doesn't matter. That play matters as much as if it's tie game with 30 seconds left in the game. And I want us to approach the game that way because, any real good team takes on the personality of their head coach, and it's my responsibility to be the best I can to help them become the best that they can be. And, there's a lot of similarities. We got really good point guard play in Marcus Watson and Tyler Smith. And we had really good point guard play on my national championship team. We got really good rim protection and front line play. And then we got guys at the 2, 3, and 4 that are the second guard, third guard, and fourth guard that are all, legit players that can pass, dribble, shoot, defend, rebound. Will dive on the floor. Will take charges. Will give their body up. So there is a lot of similarities. And, that team, this team keeps exceeding my expectations. And I have high expectations. That team really came on when we got the at-large bid to go to Hutch. We weren't playing our best basketball, in February and early March. But we found a way to play our best basketball when it mattered most. I know a lot of it, I think, had to do with we got that with that at-large bid, we didn't know if we were going to make it, and then we got it.
It's like a second chance.
Like it was our second chance, and now we have nothing to lose. We're here. Now let's go do it. So, yeah, the numbers, I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I look at this week versus that week. If you look at the number of guys that average between, 14 points and 6.5 points, it's amazing how similar. The rebounding numbers, the number of guys that average 4 or more, the assist numbers, the assists to turnover numbers. We take care of the ball, but we share the ball. And then this team is the best I've ever coached on the defensive end of the court, and just creating live ball turnovers where we get out in transition. It's amazing. This starts with Marcus Watson on the ball. He's incredible on the ball, especially when he's locked in. And then you got, every other position has got length and athleticism and quickness, and I can bring the same type of guy off the bench. So you get no rest for your 40 minutes.
You mentioned Tyler Smith being one of those players that has been really key to this team's success with Marcus Watson up top. Tyler Smith has had a rough go of it after the turn of the calendar, and he had one of those games that will just knock all that confidence back into you with a 16-point performance. What does that mean to him as a player?
A lot. I'm really proud of him because he was struggling, and, it was what I told him, though. Be shot ready. One of my NBA scout friends watches a lot of our games and watched our games since the break, and he says the difference between your team now and your team before the break and why you're missing shots now and you were making them all before the break. Before the break, you were shot ready. When the ball touched their hand, it was gone, and they were ready to shoot. And they shot it like it was going in every time. And so I told the team that. And, coming from someone that scouts for the NBA, right, that probably says a little more than no matter what I say, to have someone like that watch our team and say that. And he was right. And I go back and watch the video, and I'm like, he's right. We're not ready when the ball touched our hand. Tonight, every time the ball touched our hand, when they were open, they were ready to shoot. We made shots. But we also didn't settle for those contested shots. We caught it, and then we just attacked it, straight line, ripped it, attacked the rim like, okay, we're going to get here, and we're going to finish. And we drew fouls, and we got to the free throw line. And so I'm really excited about the offense, the way we played on the offensive end tonight. And I have a lot of respect for State Fair and how they play. And they got a big team, and they got a physical team. And, that's a good sign moving forward.
You got Jefferson College coming up on Saturday in a big game. Jefferson hasn't had a team since, I want to say, the 80s or 90s, so getting a men's team back, and now you'll get them here in a conference game that will be played at the Bob on a Saturday afternoon. What are you expecting that one?
Oh, it's going to be a good game. I know I've done my research. It was a big rival back in the day, and now they're bringing basketball back, and it's a matinee game, so all our fans can come out during the day and watch. Coach Palmer, again, congrats to her. She just keeps winning, and keeps trucking along, and her team keeps getting better. And unbelievable defensive performance tonight. But you'll get to see her team play before us in the matinee. And then if you want to, come to Towns, we have a little fundraiser where Coach Palmer and I are the bartenders down there, starting at 6:30, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Come Saturday night to get out in the community and go back to my old days. My parents run a restaurant, and, when I was growing up, I had to bartend and work there. So, shout out to my family watching the game in Arizona, back in Iowa, and my sister and her husband, their parents came to the game with my parents tonight. So, but I get to go back to my old bartending days. So, Saturday is going to be a full day, a fun day, an exciting day. So come out and support the teams, and then come have a little celebration. Whether you want to have a water, a Coke, a cocktail, whatever you want, come out and see. It's going to be a fun night as well. So just, get another opportunity to play 3 games in a week. I mean, I know they like
Busy
it better.
day.
I know they like it better than practice.
Well, Coach, thank you so much. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, thanks, Jared.
That's Greg Heyer, head coach at Mac. They win at 91-49. The women do the same, beating State Fair 50-42. Our next broadcast of any kind coming up tomorrow, girls basketball in North County at Farmington. Our next Mac games, it's a Mac doubleheader against Jefferson back here on Saturday. So long, and join us tomorrow on KFMO.